Welcome everybody who's joining us for today's JewishGen Purim Party. We will get started in about a minute here in New York City. In the meantime, please let us know where you are logging in from. You could post a message in the chat and we'll get started shortly. Somebody, Nancy in Jersey City, Norwich, Vermont, Marilyn Roberts. We have Jordan Auslander in Turkmenistan. We have Leslie Wacht in Arcadia, Wisconsin, Nashville, Tennessee, Montclair, New Jersey, Texas, Colorado, Vienna, Virginia, Toronto, Canada, people from Cape Town in South Africa. Welcome, glad you're with us. We have people from Germany, Toronto, South Florida, England, Maine, Columbia, Maryland. People from all over the world joining us for today's Purim Party. For those of you logging in, we're going to get started in about a minute. We're glad you're with us today. You can let us know in the chat where you're from. We have Steve and Aline from Chicago, Elise in Jerusalem, Cynthia Spikel in Middlefield, Ohio, San Diego, very cute, San Diego, Brooklyn, Talmud in Israel, Tel Aviv in Israel, Atlanta, Georgia, Phyllis Grossman in Seattle. It's wonderful to see everybody. Shal Sharoni in Central Israel, Coventry in upstate New York, Arnold Kanarak from Muncie, New York. Elias Savada is asking, who is that masked man? Eva Lunzer from Jerusalem. So we have many people on participating today, and we're really glad. So we are going to get started, and welcome everyone who's just joining us, and good afternoon from here in New York City. My name is Avram Grohl, and I am privileged to oversee JewishGen, and it is really wonderful and great to have you with us. We have a really fun program planned for today. A lot of hard work has gone into it by a number of volunteers who you will meet soon. But before we begin, I do want to mention 2 points of a serious nature. First, we mark with sadness the passing of our friend and colleague, Nancy Siegel. She was a longtime volunteer, ultimately serving as our Director of Communications. She was a friend to all who knew her and played a very important role in many or most of the improvements to the site that have been apparent over the past few years, including innovating our blog and newsletter and revamping the discussion group to the more modern platform that you know today. There are a number of posts on social media about her. You can look on the Jewish Genealogy portal, among other places. We are going to be setting up a designated fund in her honor, the proceeds of which will go towards the JewishGen 2.0 systems modernization effort. This was a cause that was very dear to her heart, and she worked very hard on trying to strategize and understand how the site worked and what it could look like in the future. And she will be greatly missed, and we wish her family and all of us only good things going forward. The second thing that I'll mention is that we are celebrating, we're having a party today, and we're celebrating Purim tonight, or some of you are already celebrating Purim in different parts of the world. And we do so with the recognition that there are many people suffering around the world, and specifically in Ukraine, and both within and without of the Jewish community. From a JewishGen perspective, we, along with our friends at Gesher Galicia and other organizations, have actively sought to remain in contact with and to provide support to our contractors and volunteers and team members who are either in the country in Ukraine today or to their families who have been able to escape. It's not an easy time, and we hope that just as the holiday of Purim symbolizes the reversal of bad to good, we hope that things will likewise improve in Ukraine and that its people will be protected. Within this context, as was announced when we distributed information about the party, all the contributions that we have received thus far with your registrations, or that you may choose to contribute during the course of the program, will be allocated towards the JewishGen Ukraine Research Division in order to help make accessible records from Ukraine. We've collected a lot of records from Ukraine, and we are actively engaged in creating an index to those records and making it searchable on our website. So all of those funds will be utilized for that purpose. There are also, I'll just note, many organizations, as I'm sure you know, who are helping people on the ground in Ukraine and refugees, and we encourage you to explore the various options that exist online and to contribute generously as well. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you can expect from today. First of all, the most important part, it will be fun and funny. And second, there will be prizes. For anyone who makes a contribution during the party or who has already made a contribution, you will automatically be entered into a raffle. We will be raffling off 4 prizes. One will be a complimentary registration to this summer's IHAGS virtual conference. That's the International Association of Jewish Genealogical Societies. They run a conference every year. This year it's going to be virtual. So we will be raffling off 1 complimentary registration, which is worth a few $100s. And we're also offering 3 separate sessions with a genealogist that are 1-hour sessions. You'll be able to meet with a professional genealogist. You'll share with them information about your trees, and they'll be able to, hopefully, to guide you in terms of how you might best approach your research. For donors who, and that will be at any level of contribution. So as whether it's $5 or $25,000, you will be eligible and entered into the raffle. For donors who contribute $2,500 or more, we will send you a free mug in direct proportion to the amount of your generosity. For donors who contribute $5,000 or more, we will remove you from our fundraising email list, and that is a tremendous value. This does not pertain to current donors, sorry, Randy, or their families. The session will be recorded, but we are as of yet uncertain if it will be appropriate to place it on YouTube. So we will have to decide that later. But I'm told that if you contribute $10,000 or more, you will have access to the unedited version. So now, without further ado, I will pass it over to my colleagues, Haman's Hamish henchmen, Karen Franklin, Jordan Auslander, and Ron Ahrens. Enjoy the show.
Well, thank you, Avrami. And I think that what Avrami should be talking about is be sure to check the chat, because the donation links will be placed in the chat, because as everyone knows, it's so difficult to find them on the Jewish Gen website. So welcome to you all, and I'd like to say that the following comments and opinions are not necessarily that of Jewish Gen. So if you have a problem with that, don't take it out on Avrami, take it out on us, but be sure to mute yourself when you do. So as the song goes, always look on the bright side of life. And now for the first time since World War II, we have someone that even Tucker Carlson is having trouble praising. Students of history know that Russian foreign policy, you can't really call it diplomacy these days, has always been driven by the need for an ice-free port. Perhaps they got impatient with climate change, freeing up Murmansk and Archangel, and have set their sights on Antwerp. So that said, we know that despots fear truth and wither at satire. So instead of Vladimir Putin's presentation on changing the map of Europe, we offer how bookbinders talk on Ukraine's actual geography. And I want to do a little screen share here. For those of you who have been to Kiev, you might be familiar with this monument. Built from titanium because we're out of irony, it is the monument to Ukrainian and Russian friendship. Haha. You see there's a little statue in the middle of it. Oh, they added the crack in 2018. And the statue there, very heroic, but now it reads, "Ivan, you forgot your trousers!" Which is, of course, hilarious. So, Purim and pending Passover, like that alliteration, both celebrate triumph of our oppressors. As we empty wine bottles, and our kindred spirits in Ukraine raise their Lavrov cocktails to their great misguided liberators, I ask you to join me and our other dyslexics everywhere in a toast of Puck Futin, which may or may not refer to a hockey played on a Japanese mattress. But in that spirit, we would like to offer a Purim spiel. So, as we get ready, I'll ask our cast to get ready. I will change my virtual background, and I will have our lovely stage director, Karen Franklin, read us in.
The following contains depictions of bureaucratic stupidity and may not be suitable for sensitive genealogists. Scene 1, Persia, 475 BCE, middle of the night, the royal bedchamber. At rise, the king, tosses and turns, then gets out of bed and starts pacing agitatedly. Finally,
Insomnia. Guard! Guard! Where are you?
Yes, sire.
What is the hour exactly?
I don't know for sure, sire. These new sundials don't really work well at night. I could check with the royal timekeeper with the big hourglass, the guy with the knotted rope in his toes,
Oh, that you mean my alarm clock? Ugh, we have to hire more snoozers. No, that won't be necessary. I just need to get back to sleep. And your boring exegesis on timekeeping gives me an idea. Tell me something really dull and boring, please.
Well, sire, I don't really know. We could summon the royal timekeeper. He loves to go on and on about his work, even though it's quite repetitive, and as he improves, predictable.
I've got it. Tell me about your family. That should put me to sleep.
Well, thank you, sire. Well, as you know, my family arrived here from about 150 years ago after your ancestor, Nebuchadnezzar II, had us deported from Jerusalem. Oh, how my grandmother would go on. She just wept about that. So many tears every day except Saturday, of course. She'd go down by the river of Babylon and cry her eyes out till she'd fill up one river, and then she'd go to the other river. You see, we had two rivers because our Babylon was on this long island. And it would always fill up. It was just so depressing.
Enough. I want to be bored to sleep, not to death. But you're right. Enough people, other people's family history is very dull. Where can we get more of it?
Get more, like documents, sire?
Yes, those, whatever.
Well, the Royal Record Depository. Sorry, they're probably still open, as you did order them to clear up their backlog of requests.
Excellent. Let's go there right away.
Scene 2, the Royal Archives. King and guard approach the Royal Archives clerk.
So, clerk, what do you have on my family?
Well, everything. You're the king after all.
That is true, but how do we really know that?
Well, you did get in without going through the usual security and had to only show 2 cuneiforms of ID, even though one belonged to your guard.
I will need that one back, sire.
Guard, silence. Clerk, tell me about my family, please.
Right. Okay. Okay. Just checking our StephenofMorse.org index.
Oh, I love him. That guy shreds on the lyre.
Well, no, you're probably thinking of Stephen of Morse.com.
Which starts after the Persian Revolt. Here it is. You descend from Cyrus the Great, father of Shambhas II, followed by Darius I, then, of course, you.
Well, even my own family history is boring. Well, what about the women?
With your reputation, far be it for me to even speculate.
Not them, peon. I mean the mothers.
That may be problematic, sire, since by your decree, your name was to be redacted from those birth records.
No, 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 no. The mothers of the mothers of the mothers.
Your maternal line, she means, sire.
Yeah, oh, yes, yes, those.
Okay. We don't keep those. Well, women.
Seriously? Well, what about my wife's family? Even them?
Well, yes and no. There's kind.
Come on, tell me. What is it?
What she means, sire, is those records wouldn't be here in the royal archives.
No, sire, those would be at the Department of Health, totally different jurisdiction. They won't even let the Assyrians make copies for their temple libraries.
Well, what if I wanted to surprise Esther on her birthday with her family tree?
Not my jurisdiction. I have no influence there. Neither do you, I'm afraid. Not royal.
How is that possible?
Oh, because your queen, like me, is Jewish.
Scene 3, the Department of Health. King and guard approach Department of Health clerk, who is engrossed in Wordle.
But I'm...
But that clerk seems really engrossed. We'll just have to get his attention somehow.
Clerk?
Clerk!
Clerk. Is there a clerk somewhere?
Probably on break. They've got a union.
Maybe the clerk is muted.
I can't see the clerk.
Who was the clerk?
Listen, I'm taking over for my cousin Jerry. What do you want?
I'd like to sign in.
Okay, I need to see 2 forms of ID, then sign the register.
But I'm
I don't care if you're the king of Persia,
But he is.
and I'm the queen of Romania. ID.
Oh, okay. Well,
King and guard fumble elaborately with pockets and purses.
Come on, just come on. Oh, all right. This charioteer's license is expired.
yes, but I clearly haven't.
And what's this?
Well, that's the king's royal family trading card. His image, and you see, he signed it.
I didn't know you collected those.
Yeah, First Dynasty, too. This is going to be a lot of money someday.
All right, what do you want?
Nice. Well, what happened to what can I do for you?
Close enough for government work. Come on. I don't have all day. Come on. Though I'm putting all of this in on my hours.
I'd like a copy of my wife, Queen Esther's birth certificate, and with that info, her parents' births and their marriage license. The whole Megillah.
You got the district date and registration numbers? Huh? Wait. What year are these documents from?
Very hard to say. Esther's been 29 years old for some time now.
So, you're not the party to any of these records.
Well, we did have a nice reception after the wedding.
Sorry, she means that your name won't be on any of the certificates you're requesting.
Right, and that means they are sealed and only available to the public after 1,500 years.
That's crazy. Well, what about the death records?
Same deal, 1,500 years.
Wait, so you're telling me I can't even look at a death record from before?
The year 1812 in the Hebrew calendar. That's 1948 BCE. Before the Common Era.
Commoners get an era?
No, that's when Oracle at a Delphi inscribing company says these records will be available on everyone's day tablet. Clay tablet, forgive.
That's ludicrous.
I know, JewishGen has been pestering us to give them an index. They'll never raise enough funds for that.
Well, how do they expect anyone to do...
Brooke Schreier-Gans enters with a phalanx of lawyers.
I may be able to help with that.
Who are you?
I'm Brooke Schreier-Gans of Reclaim the Tablets, and my legal team and I are working to overturn these Byzantine restrictions on legal records.
Good luck with that. You can't fight City Hall. Even the king knows that.
Yeah, we do a lot, and we usually win.
I even sent them a few shekels for their efforts.
You, Brooke, you and I need to talk. Guard, tell General Services to build gallows.
Oh dear. For whom?
For this Momser the clerk. That'll be another death certificate that no one can order.
True, but with your support.
Blackout.
I'm so glad you married my sister.
Well, that's why she wanted to raise the kids Jewish, I guess. Hey, Brooke, if this works out, how about a parade?
You got it.
Well, thank you to our cast, and for of course Amy stepping in there. But now we'd like a word from our sponsor. For those of you joining late, we have Avrami Grohl to tell us what this whole wacky situation is about, and we may want to put in the site for Reclaim the Tablets if you want to make sure that more records are available. They do fabulous work. Thank you again, Brooke.
Well, thank you very much. That was really awesome. Thanks to all of the cast members. As we are getting ready for the next scene to take place, a few notes. Number one, Brooke Schreier-Gans, who let us know about Reclaim the Tablets in real life. She does Reclaim the Records. We'll put a link to her site in the chat. Thank you, Brooke, for participating. Randy Schoenberg, who needs no introduction, as a board member of JewishGen and as the director of the Austria-Czech Research Division. He's also very active on Genie and the Jewish Genealogy portal on Facebook, so you can reach out to him in any of those places. And we thank you very much. For those of you who have been making contributions, thank you. As a reminder, everybody who makes a contribution during today's program, the funds will be used towards our Ukraine Research Division, and there will be a raffle. Everybody will be entered into either receiving a complimentary registration to this summer's IAJGS conference, or we have 3 separate 1-hour sessions with a professional genealogist. So please make your contributions, and we will announce the raffle winners. There will be 4 of them. We will announce the raffle winners on the discussion group after the program. Back to you, Jordan.
Well, thank you, Avrami. Next up, a bit of a serious part. We have the illustrious Hal Bookbinder with an illustrious talk or presentation on Ukraine. Hal, are you ready and queued up? Hal? Well,
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. So are you ready with your visuals and to screen share? I will turn this over to you, Hal.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on the other side.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
We can.
Great. Okay. Most of you are aware that Ukraine's been in the news recently, so I thought I would share with you my trip to Ukraine back in 2018 after the conference. As you can notice from this first screen, most of my ancestors came from Ukraine or right across the border in Moldova. Soroka is right on the border. And got a bad slide. We started in Ukraine, in Warsaw, headed down to Auschwitz and Krakow, over to Lviv, into the Rivne area where I visited Dubno, Lutsk, and Rivne. Dubno is where my bookbinders come from. Out to Kiev with a guide who showed me around the city for a couple of days. Down to Khmelnytsky, where in that area, Khmelnytsky, I saw Mezbos, Ledichev, Snativka, and Dorozhnya, which is where my Barenbergs came from. My grandmother was born in Snativka, more about that later. Back to Ukraine for a second visit, and I timed it to be there on August 24th, which was Independence Day for Ukraine, when they got freedom from the Soviet Union in 1991. Up to Chernobyl and the abandoned city of Pripyat, back to Kiev for a third time. By now I knew the city pretty well and could get all around on a great subway system. That's the trip And here's a few pictures. Here's Bogdan Khmelnytsky's statue in Khmelnytsky. You'll find Bogdan Khmelnytsky statues around. He's still a national hero. We won't go into what he did in 1648. Notice the stance on his horse. All of the statues have that stance. No horse stands like that. From there, I headed off to the old Jewish cemetery in Mezhbos, where the Baal Shem Tov is entombed. And this is the mausoleum for the Baal Shem Tov, with various tzaddiks buried nearby. This is the marker for the Baal Shem Tov. And right next to it is the marker for the Opta Rav, Avraham Yeshua Heschel. And this was the real reason I had headed there, because there is a rumor that he's my fifth great grandfather. My grandmother always got on my father's case when he was a bad kid, which he was often apparently, by saying he can't act that way as he was the seventh generation from the Opta Rav. Unfortunately, they never explained exactly how the relationship was there. In the shul of the Opta Rav was this chart. You can't see it, but it's the descendants and disciples of the Baal Shem Tov. And as genealogists, I couldn't but share this with you. Then I went to Snitivka, the town from where my grandmother was born. Snitivka, if you don't recognize Cyrillic, this doesn't look like Snitivka, it looks like Chetibka. But if you know Cyrillic and how it's pronounced, it is indeed Snitivka. In Snitivka, small village, chickens roaming around, cattle roaming around. And I noticed a village well, and a young man was getting water from the village well, and that was interesting. So I started snapping some pictures, and here he is getting the water from the well, and then carrying it back to his house in an unpaved road. Now, what you notice here is no running water, no paved road, but there's a satellite dish on his house. Anomalies you find all over Ukraine. This is the reactor at Chernobyl, encased in concrete and steel, and that is the cooling pond next to it. The guards, when we went there, were very strict, letting us know, no pictures, no pictures. And then they would obviously turn their backs and ignore us while everybody snapped pictures. They did this at each stop. Quite interesting. And this is the abandoned village, or the city of 50,000 people of Pripyat, which is was abandoned because of the Chernobyl disaster. This, of course, in Cyrillic says restaurant. Now off to Kiev, and this is the National History Museum of Kiev. I loved it. There's lots of stuff from going back 3,000 years. At the end of my tour, I asked if they had a restroom, and they said, of course, and took me to the bathroom. And this is what I saw. Oh my God. I held it till I got back to the hotel. But what you'll notice is a couple of things. That very clean. They had a cleaning schedule. They cleaned it every hour. And also, as Miriam Weiner has often reminded us, take your own toilet paper. There is no toilet paper in the toilets in Ukraine, except in the better hotels. And this is the street in Dubno where my bookbinders came from, looking toward the Great Synagogue, getting closer. And that's the Great Synagogue as it existed in 2018, obviously falling apart. It was once the largest and one of the best looking synagogues in all of Volhynia. This is what the map of Dubno looks like. And this was the area of the Jewish ghetto. 12 to 16,000 people crowded in this tiny area. But the reason I'm showing you this is to show you that northeast of town, 7 kilometers, is an Air Force base, a very small one. But it has been bombed several times. And you haven't seen this in the news. As the Russians are bombing all over Western Ukraine, they bombed this air base as well. I have a friend in Dubno who's keeping me up to date. And she sent me this short video I want to share with you of the women in Dubno volunteering to make camouflage nets for the military. Oops. And so finally, a few pictures from Kiev. This is the motherland, a statue that is a central point in Kiev. Some flags that are nearby. Here are a couple of pictures from help me, from sorry, the blanks out there. Great, my mind has gone blank. This is the subway system. The metro is 300 feet below ground. And this is where people have been hiding to save themselves from the bombs. Very long elevator ride there. And why can't I remember the memorial to the Jews in Ukraine, in Kiev? Someone help me.
Bobby Yar?
Baba Yar. Exactly. Thank you very much. Old age, so happens. This is the central memorial to the Jews killed at Baba Yar. And below it is the memorial to the children murdered during the Shoah. And finally, I want to share with you what Ukrainians say, Slava Ukraini. I'm probably mispronouncing it. Glory to Ukraine. This phrase was banned by the Soviets and is now spoken all over Ukraine as they fight for their freedom. That's my story.
Well, thank you, Hal. Marvelous presentation. I think we can stop your screen share because your desktop is not as interesting as your presentation. Some of you have been asking about the donation sites. Those are being put periodically into the chat. Stay tuned for those. Coming up next, we have Karen Franklin's Wacky World of Genealogy. We are going to do a screen share for that with a bit of a slideshow. And our panelist will include Hal Bookbinder.
I just have to say that Jordan made me do it.
I get that a lot. All right, so let's.
And while he's fumbling around, I'll also tell you that one of the categories for people to send in their stuff was the craziest thing that's been handed down in your family. And if you notice my background, you will see that that is a crazy painting that has been handed down in my family.
All right, so let's get this slideshow up and running. No, to do that, PowerPoint is slideshow. There we go. Take it away, Karen.
You got to move it on.
What do we have here?
Well, we asked people to send in the craziest records that they have found in their work, and Mark Halpern sent an 1892 Lvov book of some sort where the child's name was Grover Cleveland Blumenfeld. I'd say that's crazy. Wacky.
From 1892? Well, who was president of the United States then?
You tell me.
Not Grover Cleveland, though, but still, maybe it was aspirational, just in case, you know, the family had intended to emigrate to the United States.
Moving on, Jordan. We have here, also submitted by our own Mark Halpern, a death certificate, and can you all read the date of death? Jordan, does that little red thing Come on.
No, we don't seem to have the animation, but it shows that she was 112 years old when she died, which is more than her the what was it, the fourscore and ten, no, whatever. This woman, certainly ate her vegetables. If
Not
if all
exactly
the,
like my grandmother, where every future record showed her being younger as the years went by.
Yeah, we have that, except yeah, my great grandmother was like that. If we went by her claim date of death, she was 10 years old when she birthed my grandmother.
Someone should have told Conifega. I guess you
Yeah.
missed out on that one.
Oh, look at that. There we go. All right, so what do we have here? We've got
Babe and Bela, who I certainly hope it was their second marriage, because he was 82, she was 70.
oh, you never know. This is also courtesy of Mark Halperin. You're never too old to find love. Okay, moving right along. Oh, I have to click this there. Oh, there we go. See? The animations are courtesy of Ron. I'm new to this stuff.
Did we find him yet, Ron?
Ron may have run out screaming. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the game show.
I am here. My computer crashed, so we'll see.
Oh.
Okay, well, welcome back, Ron. Baseball fans, anyone recognize this?
Put on, there you go. Babe Ruth.
His death certificate. Okay. Oh, what's that? All right, so we're good. Someone, we got a story sent in.
Yes, it was in French. We translated it. Thank you, Esther Brumberg, and hopefully, possibly correctly. But basically, her married name sounded something like "She who loves to wolf down food," like Sweetwell. There you go.
Fascinating stuff. Fascinating stuff. Okay. Yes. Well, we all know that when you naturalize, you have an opportunity to change your name. Here was one where the opportunity was clearly missed.
I don't think you have to say anything more about that, Jordan.
Well, he certainly picked the wrong profession for that name.
It's like those people who go traveling to Thailand and have to very carefully pronounce the name.
Yes. I think any of those of us who listen to NPR, there's a presenter named Corva Coleman, who's hopefully has not had to travel to Slavic countries with that name.
Jordan, this one's all yours.
Oh yeah, this is, I was going through population cards of Vienna, and I found this was a curious one of a Hermann Auslander born 1844, but apparently in Bangkok, Siam. I still have not put him on a family tree yet because I have no idea. I didn't know I had Thai roots.
I came across a record for my uncle who served in World War II, showing that he came from Alaska and was an Eskimo. And that is in the records. I've been trying to get it fixed. I can't get it fixed.
Don't get it fixed. If that puts you as 1/4 Native American, you go to college for free. So do your kids.
Hey, not bad.
Yeah. So this was one. There are certain addresses you don't want to put on a return envelope. This is Dreary Precinct of Idaho. The address is kind of vague because the address is Dirt Road. But someone very kitsch is living there. So someone either had a sense of humor or just this is proof that the fates are cruel.
Moving right along. No, this one's mine. You have to, Jordan, can you make the circles so they can see? The fellow's name was George Washington Naumburg, and he was born on July 4th, 1876.
How patriotic.
Absolutely. This one's yours.
Curious profession. I just say, if you'll notice. Who knew you could make a career out of that? Well, this one, eponymous cause of death. Anyone recognize that name? Lou Gehrig dying, unfortunately, of ALS.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah. Yep.
Search the census by profession for prostitute, and you'll actually find people who list that as their profession.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Thank you. I really needed to know that, Hal. Thanks so much.
Yeah,
Well,
but
trying to be
you know,
helpful. Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways you can search that people don't think about.
but that information is 72 years too old to be useful. That's very interesting to know.
But if you don't know her name, but you know she was a prostitute, maybe that's a way you could find it.
You know, that could be how a lot of politicians decided to disguise their professions as well.
Okay, so moving
It's a
right
step up.
along.
Yes,
Moving right along.
yeah. Mark Halprin also submitted this, which is quite appropriate for Purim because although we have Mordecai marrying an Esther, as
We don't know if they're uncle and niece. We have
no, we do not, and hopefully they aren't. This one I found for Ron because of his fascination with criminals.
Might that be Bugsy Siegel?
That is indeed Bugsy Siegel, but don't call him that. Benjamin, as he was known in the family. Okay, so I found this census record, and it had an odd profession. So I turned it. Is this a 1930s overaccount or just lazy? Hal, can you find the the issue here? I'll give you a hand.
Pass on this one. I'm having trouble seeing it.
Well, no. Passing on this one is actually quite appropriate because his occupation is dead. So clearly he passed on. Never seen this before.
We did not set that up.
We did not set that up. Karen, you want to talk about this one?
Sure. This one's name of death is the left arm of Harry Abramson. And I believe it was Brooke who told us that they needed to have something he died of an accident. And so I guess before he actually passed away, his arm became available. So they put it on the death certificate in order to get permission to bury.
As those of us who do probate work know, that a death certificate is only proof of death, and all the other information on it is legally hearsay. Now, I only say this as a genealogist, not a lawyer, but the important thing is that a certificate of death is also permission to bury someone, or a portion of that person. Now, generally, we see a lot of these, but usually in cemetery records, arm of, leg of, sense of humor of, whatever, buried there. But I've never seen a death certificate for a portion of someone.
Right. And to expand on something I mentioned earlier in a previous rehearsal, this is something that's still happening with a lot of departments of health around the US today, where in order to get the burial permit for the body part, especially if you're Orthodox Jewish and you want to bury your body parts and then go be buried with them once you pass on, you have to get some sort of death certificate issued by the state. So a couple of years ago, Reclaim the Records got a list of everybody who died in New Jersey. It was the first ever public death index from the state. We did not need to sue them. They were really nice about it. The Assistant General sided with us and gave us the records, and it was just an index. It wasn't the actual files. And this is the one and only time Reclaim the Records has ever had to do any editing or censorship on records we've received. We never do that otherwise. And we did that only because as I went through the New Jersey Death Index year after year, I saw listings for body parts, meaning the person was alive and I could not put their information online, and their body part is listed in the official Department of Health records saying 5 left toes of Olive McKay or left leg of Joe Schmo. And I noticed most of the surnames were Orthodox Jewish or could be potentially Jewish names. And so I had to go through and redact them line by line. So somewhere out there, when the records are finally open, there will be many death certificates just like this, not for a human that actually passed on, but for toes and feet and arms.
Thank you so much, Brooke.
Yeah, it's not unique. But the death certificates, I guess, are. There was a famous admiral who lost an arm in combat and had the arm buried in a wall at Arlington Cemetery, I believe, and used to visit it on a regular occasion until he was reunited with it.
Moving on.
There's the things we find looking for records, but this one was Everyone's got a pedigree.
Moving on.
Moving on. Thank you, Brooke, for this one. Brooke, I actually followed up, and the Frederick Smith, who is the registrar there in North Carolina, apparently he lost the governor's race in 2008, despite the fact that he might have used a Chicago tactic for voters. Moving on. Not a medical cause of death. Because this is not a death certificate, this is a probate record.
Drop dead in a Florida bank.
I can just hear this. He dropped dead in a Florida bank. You should only... Found this years before someone started a business of photo analysis. But there was actually a Sherlock Cohen born in New York in 1902.
By the way, if you have funny stories you have not yet submitted, or even if you have, please feel free to share them in the chat.
Yeah, because we may be called upon to revive this horrible segment at the summer conference in Philadelphia.
And this one, Jordan?
Well, this is actually a birth certificate from Slovenia, but it says a lot. Satan apparently was born in Slovenia.
And according to Randy, a common name. Okay, I know this one is mine. It's known to some as a private parts cozy. Those of you who followed the Olympics this past year know that it might have been, could have been helpful to one of the athletes running in a marathon. But what's amazing is it came into us as a result of a request for crazy things that were handed down in your family. And I have to say, it really, so to speak, trumps the painting behind me.
Well, it's important to stay warm in Ukraine because you don't want to have anything freeze off. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, I think this one's mine. This was sent in anonymously, but of course, if you want to know who this is, I will tell you that my grandfather is third from the left on the second row down. Why he handed down a photograph of his bowling club from 1908, where everyone appears quite inebriated and shicker, I have no idea. It kind of matches my background. What can I tell? My physical background, not my family history.
It could be to justify the fire code because the occupancy is under 945 people.
Moving along.
At least he's wearing a tie.
Well, of course, he tied one on, didn't he?
At least one.
I think Mike Marvins wins the prize for this one. How these children can dress up in their Purim costumes and really look
Wait, what? Those are kids?
They look so happy.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else's photos.
So, in architecture, they have a thing called Greeking, where they just put text, random text in Greek on a sign that's supposed to represent signage. Apparently, this extends to websites which are under construction. The Rose Hill Rosedale Cemetery website, I hope it still doesn't read this, but apparently it was under construction and they didn't let anyone know.
Moving along.
This is my favorite part, not because my name is on it, but because they'll speak for themselves.
I presume that one was expired?
Well, maybe this is, where meter maids go for their reward. The mail glaze? Oh, Maria Glaze. Job mail. I mean, there's so much information on this thing, but it's still maddeningly vague. Perhaps Karen Franklin would like to elaborate on this one?
Yes, this was sent to me by a friend. I note that the woman was buried with her famous cookie recipe, and the idea was that people would definitely come to the grave to make sure that they got it right.
And if they cooked it wrong, they would leave the hardened cookie on top of the grave instead of a rock.
There you go.
He's a wee man.
Moving along.
Yeah.
You, Jordan, what about the say a Hail Mary at the bottom of that? You neglected to show that or make it written or something.
Hail Mary for a loony? What kind of who's the patron saint of lunatics and lost causes? Does it say Christopher?
You're asking me?
I'm asking. Well, I don't know. All right, so we know when a loser was born, as well as died. Sorry for your loss, but they were alive when they were a loss. And a cemetery plots, not Dick plots. Milton plots there in the back.
Oh, sorry.
Real deal. This I found down in New Orleans, I believe.
I've driven through Suffern.
I spent a year there one day.
I told you I was sick.
Yep, this is down in Key West, Florida.
That could be anyone in my family talking.
Exactly. Well, of course, better than young.
I love that one. Jordan, there are no words.
Although we don't have a picture of it, Merv Griffins says, "I will not be back. I will not be back soon."
Well,
And well, the Westwood Cemetery in Los Angeles has all kinds of interesting tombstones with interesting comments on it. Rodney Dangerfield has his there, which says, "I still get no respect."
I think that the W.C. Field says could be worse, could be Philadelphia.
It could be worse.
We're ready for our next segment.
I think we're ready for our next segment. Thank you, Hal. And now, Ron, if your computer is working.
I don't know about that. I'm just really just full of confidence going forward.
All right, well, let's get you and on, and we will introduce our newest game show. We were going to do the Hebrew Price is Right, but we found out we couldn't buy a vowel. So, Ron, would you like to introduce our new game?
Our new game is a renaming of the famous TV show called Family Feud. We like to call it Mishpacha Melee. So it's just a Jewish genealogy version of Family Feud. So we will have two teams, 3 contestants on each team. Jordan is our MC, and if I can do it, maybe we have a game board and a scoreboard, but that's really maybe.
So this would be extended Family Feud because our contestants normally would be related, but I guess we, according to Jeannie, we all are. So I understand the teams were created artificially.
And someone's playing with my name tag as well. Like, what's going on here? My computer's blowing up and they're playing with my name tag. Okay, that's fine.
All righty. So let's go over the rules. As I see them, the 2 teams of 3 contestants each will be based on endogamy. And Renee, if you could turn off your camera until we introduce you, that would be great. So we have, I don't know if anyone's familiar with the game Family Feud, but we will have an R version, 7 questions with 8 correct answers to trivia questions based on actual survey responses from real people, or in this case, Ron, and random. So starting with each question, 1 member from each team, including members rotating with each question, will give their best answer. Whoever has the best answer, the team will decide on the best answer. 3 strikes and you're out. That's 3 wrong answers. The team will lose its turn. The team can't finish. They'll go to another category, blah, blah, blah. Let the other team go ahead. Step the first team past the second team. The first team of the it's like this because, and they will win a year's supply of Bitcoin. Bitcoins. Because, you know, it'll be as valuable as most virtual currencies or other non-FTs. So, team number 1, or Team Oz, because they just the OZ team, will be Dan Oren, Renee Steinig.
Team M to Z.
Merge now.
Yes,
They're-
apparently, and we have a new addition to Team One. Ron,
It's all mixed up. So we
who
have
was our third person?
Team
All right.
A through L. Let me introduce the people. I'll do that. I'll just give the name, and Jordan, you can give their bio.
I'll give the bios.
So
Okay.
first up on Team 1 is Susan Berkson from Israel.
Susan Berkson from Israel of Jerusalem. Susan Berkson is a Litvak and a Galicianer and hopes the 8.3% Scandinavian that MyHeritage claims can broker a peace deal.
Second up on Team A through L is Bonnie Burns.
Bonnie Burns,
Oh,
JGS Long Island's immediate past president and 2021 IAJGS Member of the Year. She's programming coordinator for the big SIGBOF coming this summer at the IAJGS conference and district coordinator for the Raznai district of the Litvak SIG and a fellow of the Society of Actuaries. So Bonnie makes sure everyone counts.
Third up from Chicago, also on Team A through L, is Debbie Krupkin.
Debbie Krupkin, a new addition to our team. Would you want to say something about yourself? Because we didn't get a bio for you.
No worries. Co-president at JGS of Illinois.
Co-president of JGS of Illinois. So you get a whole state instead of a city. Mazel tov. Who's our next contestant?
Team 2, otherwise known as Team M through Z, we have Judy Missile.
Judy Missile must be a dedicated masochist, because for her pains, she got the 2019 Volunteer Award. She also chaired last year's IAJGS virtual conference, and not learning the lesson is co-chair for the 2022. Many other roles behind the scenes, numerous summer conferences. She even won once at Jeopardy. Sucker for punishment there.
Next up, from Connecticut, also on Team M through Z, Dan Oren.
Dan Oren, the founder of Friends of Jewish Heritage of Poland, was a psychiatrist at the National Institute of Mental Health. How do you feel about that? And professor at the University of Rzeszów, Poland. Yale faculty, is also on the Yale faculty. He wrote A History of the Jews of Yale's and How to Beat Jet Lag, obviously while he was commuting between Poland and New Haven. Is that all our contestants?
We got one more, last but certainly not least, we have Renee Steinig.
Renee Steinig is an OG. That's original genealogist, beginning her research in the 1970s, and then she went pro to support the addiction, becoming an expert witness in estate cases. Past president and longtime trustee of the JGS Long Island, Renee is also director of Gesher Galicia and its discussion group and moderator of the Family Finder editor. And for excitement, she's here.
So that's the set of contestants. Now, everyone cross their fingers because my computer is already frozen once today because...
But first, a word from our sponsor.
Yes,
For those
let's
of you
go from our
joining
sponsor.
late, we have Avrami Grohl, who will be putting in the chat why we're doing this, why we're raising all this money. Avrami?
Thank you, Jordan. Welcome everybody who came in a little bit late. We are trying to raise money today to support the Ukraine Research Division so that we can both acquire records and make them available online for free through the JewishGen website. All donations today are going to be allocated towards the Ukraine Research Division, and all donations that are submitted today now during this program will automatically be entered into a raffle. We are raffling off a complimentary registration to this summer's virtual IAJGS conference, being co-chaired by Judy Missile, one of our contestants. And we also have 3 one-hour sessions with professional genealogists. So please make your contributions. They will be very impactful. To tell you what we've done so far, we have more than 370,000 records related to Ukraine Jewry and Ukrainian genealogy. And we are in the midst of adding many, many hundreds of thousands of more records. So your support will go a great way and be very impactful. Back to you, Jordan.
Thank you, Avrami. So we're here for fun and a purpose. So be sure to check the chat for a whole menu, including Reclaim the Records, for sites where you can donate. Okay, with that, Ron, we've stalled long enough. How's the game board looking?
I have no idea. We are going to find out. So, can everyone see that?
Yeah, for the
Wow,
moment.
amazing. Amazing. So we're going to have the first person on each team, Susan Berkson and Judy Missel,
Oh,
going to
okay.
give their best answers to the first question, which is question alpha.
Aleph.
Most frequently used records for secular genealogical research. And so jump in, please.
Yes, your team will have to coordinate your answers and finally submit one. Again, this is in response to what survey says is the most popular in terms of, so you're going to have to guess what the, your best guess will have to correspond with our survey.
So Susan, Judy.
Census.
Who said that? Susan said that?
Susan said census.
Susan said census. Say that 3 times fast.
Wow, good answer. I think
Good answer. The first is
So-
correct.
So Susan, do you and your team want to go for all the other answers, or do you want to pass and give it to the other team?
We're gonna go for it.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Excitement. I think we go to Bonnie since she's next on your team. Bonnie.
The excitement is palpable.
Okay, let's go with death records.
Death records, could you be more specific?
Good
Vital
enough.
records? Okay, I wasn't
Good
sure if
enough.
vital death records.
Vital records, that would be a
Bonnie,
death
you're
record.
right in there. All right, Debbie Krupkin, give us another answer.
And don't forget to score these responses.
Oh, score. What you want? Scoring?
I don't know, I thought it'd be a good idea.
I
We
have
are
to do
playing,
that as well?
we're playing for abstract bragging
Oh
rights
my
and
goodness.
Okay.
Bitcoins.
Okay, naturalization records.
Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can get this right. This is going to be a close call.
While we're young. Oh, we're getting them in order.
Woohoo!
Woo!
All right, it is Susan's turn again.
Okay, newspapers.
Periodicals.
Oh, so close.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Got 2 more tries before you're knocked out. And
Wait. Ron, are they knocked out of the game or just this round?
This round.
Okay, so it's not
It goes
final.
to the other team.
Okay, got it.
So Bonnie.
Cemetery records.
I think you're.
Ron, you're the man with the answers.
I think so, but I think I'm going to give you.
That stinks.
Well, your team has 60, but Ron's not being mean. It's just the way he was born.
All right, Debbie Krupkin, give us an answer. Debbie?
Frequently used secular vital records. In order.
Secular vital. I was going to say obituaries.
Ron?
Oh, so close.
Oh.
All right, go to the
Oh.
other team.
All right,
All
so
right, other team.
Team MZ. TMZ? That's another show.
We're conferring. Can you play some music?
I can-
Boom, boom.
Judy, Renee? Okay, go with yours, Judy.
Okay, my property records, land records.
Land records.
Oh
got
my
something.
goodness.
Skin of our teeth.
And you win the 60 points. No, you don't.
Wrong team.
Oh, we just have to get
How
one-
did they earn points for the other team?
I don't know. We're taking them away from the other. We just make up the rules as we go.
Exactly. Well, the stakes are unusually high, and from what I understand, they're also kosher.
wait a minute,
Okay,
you take
moving on.
away our points?
Wait.
So if we get the right answer,
Hey, what are the answers?
We're making up the rules as we go.
Don't we get to see
You
the
get
other right
another
answer?
chance. You get don't be frustrated. You get another chance. All right. It's question 2. And this time Bonnie goes first and Dan goes first. Top Jewish genealogical resources outside of Jewish Gen.
Oh no.
Wait a minute, who goes first? I missed that.
Let Dan go first. Let the
Okay.
Okay, JRI Poland.
Oh, so close. So close.
Oh, wait, how can that not be there?
What?
Well, you know, I didn't realize that there were Jewish resources outside of Jewish Gen, but I mean, what else is there?
Bonnie.
Ancestry.com.
Wait a minute. Oh, other
Top
time.
Jewish
Wait a minute, why is she-
genealogical resources. Oh, you could.
Wait a minute. Wrong team.
Top Jewish genealogical resources outside of Jewish Gen.
Okay,
Wait.
how about, because that one doesn't count? Okay, I'll try again.
Doesn't our team get three tries and then we're out? I'm
Yeah,
confused.
yeah.
Those are going to happen very rapidly, I think.
Yes? How about My Heritage?
I'm confused.
Oh, I'm glad the way you think. Bonnie Burns. Okay, do you want your team to go forward this time around?
Are we playing? Yes? I can't see my team. All right, we'll play.
We're
All
flying
right.
solo here.
Debbie Krupkin, you go for team A through L. Give us another top Jewish genealogical resource outside of Jewish Gen.
Yad Vashem.
Yad Vashem. Let's see. Yes. Excellent. I gotta give you points for that.
Yeah, well, that would be nice.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? I gotta do a couple of things at the same time here. I'm trying. Okay,
Yeah, well,
who's next?
You've
Susan
only got
Bergson.
2 hands and a faulty computer.
That's it. Susan Bergson, your turn.
Steve Morse, One Stop.
Oh,
Oh, come on. He's got to be
So
on the
close.
list.
so close. All
I
right.
think at the end of this round, we should show what all the actual answers they
We
missed
will
were.
do that. We will
Yes.
do that. Bonnie, your turn again.
Gesher Galicia. Galicia.
Ah, so close. So very close. But no cigar.
Wow, it's a real nail biter here.
The other team. You game or you just give up? You want to try?
Oh,
Judy?
Renee and Dan. Renee should try.
Renee.
Okay, how about the IGRA, the Israel Genealogical Association?
Oh, and you so close, but no. So let's see the other answers.
All right, we're going to see what the correct answers. Family tree DNA, okay. Yizkor
Oh.
books,
Oh, well, that's
Abu
true.
Tenu, Landsmannschaften records, tombstones and cemetery records.
You just a question too early there, Bonnie.
Well, and the forward? Well, if they get a question right that's there but not in the correct sequence, they get it wrong?
I'm a tough judge here. Tough.
Wow, he's cruel but fair.
Moving on.
Mishpacha,
All right.
the top Hamantaschen flavors.
Debbie and Renee, you get to give your answers. Debbie,
Yeah, Poppy.
Why don't we get to go first this time? Wait,
because
what?
I'm alternating. That's why I'm trying to be somewhat
They
fair.
got
here.
it first last. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
You're right.
Poppy,
prune.
Poppy.
Poppy. And who got Renee?
I say prune.
And yes, indeed.
Okay, all right. So
So
we're
your
on the
team
we're on the
gets to
scoreboard.
start. Do you want your team want to go forward?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
The forward was the last answer.
Judy gets the next one. Judy.
Apricot.
Oh, so good.
Dan.
Cherry.
Cherry.
Did I give you the answers, Dan?
I hope so.
Oh, good answer. All right, Renee again. Renee?
Renee.
You lost Renee. Where'd Renee go?
Yeah, I'm here. My internet connection is unstable. Raspberry.
Raspberry.
No, that's not a raspberry. That's a buzz.
Yeah, that's a raspberry.
That's a raspberry.
Okay.
Judy,
Chocolate.
you're good, Judy. I gotta give you.
How come we don't have any points coming up, by the way?
You
Not
get
that I
you.
want to be picky, and
Well,
there's a lot to do.
Because of the huge
Other
budget
team,
we
other
have for
team,
the,
other
Asking
team.
here.
we don't have
You're
a
on the wrong
separate
team.
sport.
You're adding them to the wrong team.
Am I now?
Yeah, we'll take all their points.
It's okay. Anyhow,
One
Dan,
more.
you're next.
Hazelnut or Nutella.
Nutella.
Ooh, that's
Of
good.
course, Nutella.
Well, in fairness, it should be a flavor.
Yeah.
Date, prune, poppy seed, chocolate.
All right.
Damn. What else is there?
Mayonnaise. Oh, sorry.
I'd have savory ones.
Judy, look at what Renee said.
Oh, sure.
Up on time limit. Answer? Judy?
Oh, it's me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was somebody else. Cheese.
Cheese.
Oh,
All right.
Oh. Does
Oh.
the other team want to try to get one more answer and steal those points?
Of course we do.
Bueller?
Of course we do.
Bueller?
Bueller.
I'm trying to Google what the other thing is.
No, that's
Oh, you don't get to
Cheating.
Google.
Cheating.
No.
Bluff. This is all in Ron. Came
Get
from
minus
Ron's
quite
head.
much of points for that, Bobby.
No, so is mun the same as the poppy seed? Is that
Yes.
the same thing?
Yes.
Mun is poppy seed? Okay, because that's what
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out if it was the same flavor.
Yes.
Okay, so we need a different flavor.
Well, depends what you use as the binding agent.
All right, so you want the last one that we suggested?
Yeah.
Debbie, is that okay?
Go for it.
Peanut butter.
That was one we thought of. Damn.
You get to steal the points away.
Outstanding.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Woo-hoo.
I'm sorry, Dan.
Oh.
Renee.
We
Right.
have to save some face here.
Give them the Hamantash and we'll keep the points.
All right. So this is the total score for the
Oh,
Moving
no.
right along. Yes.
Okay. No, wait. Go back. We didn't see what the other answers they didn't guess were.
I'm sorry.
Apple and
Uh,
almond.
I
Okay.
had two of them and I
Moving
messed
right
it up.
along.
Really?
Jewish genealogy trailblazers. Anyone involved here should have some familiarity, but which
And then
team?
Judy, I think you're up again. So, Judy, why don't you give
Oh,
your?
God, again.
You don't have to. You can let Susan go first if you want.
No, we'll go first, but do I have to? Okay. Gary Mokotov.
Oh, you're good. You are so good.
So good.
For the,
So your
except for the
team
last
gets to
one. Yeah.
decide whether or not you want to go forward.
It's a good thing these folks don't have access to the chat because someone is like,
Yes, we'll go forward. Yes.
Okay, give us. So, Dan, it's your turn.
Kurzweil, Arthur Kurzweil.
Oh, good.
oh, good answer.
Good answer, Dan.
All right.
Good answer.
All right. It is Judy's turn.
No,
it's
Renee.
Renee's turn. Renee's turn.
Okay, Miriam Weiner.
Did I give you these answers, Renee?
Right.
I'm glad someone's keeping
Okay.
track of this.
Judy's turn again.
Sally Ann Amdor Pick, whatever last name she's going with. Sack, whatever last name she's going with.
Good.
I think she put her whole family finder list in
I
her
know.
her name.
I know.
All right, Dan, it's your turn again.
Let's stick with Dan's. Dan Rottenberg.
Dan, did I give you the answers?
I paid you a lot. Thank you.
Did he pay in cash or Bitcoins?
Nick Collins. Judy, your turn.
No, it's Renee's turn. You keep doing this to me.
Renee's turn.
Okay, Steve Morse.
Did I give you the answers,
Yes,
Renee?
you did last night. You Telegram.
Wait a minute. We're gonna have a whole
My
quiz show
goodness.
scandal.
Cheating. Another one cheating. You and Bonnie are the cheaters. Okay.
Now it's my turn.
Now it's Judy's turn.
Malcolm Stern.
Wait.
Oh.
See, I need another one, you guys.
Are you saying you
Oh,
leaked
no.
the answers of the questions to these people? This
That's
is.
a good one, Dan.
I'm shocked. Shocked.
You got 2 more tries.
Who's
Dan,
up?
go with that one.
Stanley Diamond. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, come on, Renee. We
Go
can get them all.
Stan.
I will say of Rami Bro.
And he's only 19 years old.
Oh, so close.
No. Oh, that's not nice.
Well, he had to recuse himself because we're raising money.
Oh, okay.
But I'm very
God for
honored.
me.
Thank you very much.
Guys,
All right, wait. Thank you. What does Abrami is he currently the head of?
Haha.
I thought, trailblazers. Oh, could
Cheating,
just
cheating.
be, do these all have to be people? You didn't say they had to be people, huh?
People.
I thought they had to be people,
Sorry, people.
Whose answer is it?
Let them get
Mine.
it wrong.
but I need help.
I gave you help, Judy. Go for it.
Jordan gave you a big clue.
It's on, Judy, look at the text. G-E-X.
Oh, Susan King. Thank you.
Amazing!
Oh my goodness.
Woo!
We have a winner.
We have a winner.
Excellent.
Winner, kosher chicken dinner.
Oh, yay.
Moving
It is
on.
lunchtime.
Here we get to
Ooh.
the interesting parts.
Ah, the most
used features of the Jewish Gen website, subject to interpretation.
yes.
Who's
Okay,
going up?
who's going up?
The other team. Or is us, not us again, is it? No. Susan's team.
No, it's one from each gets it. Would we have a runoff?
Susan,
Whatever it is, pick it soon.
Bonnie and Dan, you're up. So
Family Finder.
It's our.
well, he spoke up, so what can I say?
Is
Dan?
That's my final answer.
But I can beat him.
Susan, you can beat him with a better answer.
All right, let's go with the town finder.
Good answer, but
Oh.
Dan got a better answer. Dan, does your team want to move forward and try to get the other answers?
Well, teammates, yes. Can we do it?
Yes, yes.
Yes, we're going
Sure.
for it.
Mommy, Daddy, please don't fight. Oh wait, that's the point of this game.
Oh, wait, we have to do more now? Okay.
Yeah, you have to do more now. Otherwise, you lose your points to the other team.
Yeah, and there's a lot of points up for grabs.
Renee,
So-
Judy, who's next?
Renee, I think, is next.
Okay, the Yisker book database.
Ooh.
So close.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So that goes to which team now? Do they? No, there's
No, Judy, they have 2 more strikes. that they
Judy's
can have
team is
against
still
them.
up.
Judy's turn.
Yes. Unified search.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Well
Whoa.
done. Well played. Well played.
Well played.
Whose turn?
Yours,
Me?
Dan.
How about Kahila links?
Dan, did I give you these answers beforehand?
Only a few times you had to keep resending it. There was
Wait. Did he say tequila links? Is there a JGS in Mexico? I mean, Mexico City does have a significant Jewish minority population and a
All right,
long,
Renee.
storied history.
Renee.
The discussion group,
Ooh.
Ooh.
A good answer.
but
And
Ooh.
you were right.
Oh.
I still say the Town Finder should rank higher in there, but you know, for those of us who write gazetteers.
exactly.
Judy, your turn.
Research divisions. Is that a sweat
Oh.
feature? No.
Oh,
Afraid not.
incredibly close. Incredibly close, but no cigar.
Well, and that's a discretionary move on your part there, Ron. So
I
Oh,
know,
good one.
The Jewish Gen Online Worldwide Burial Record Index.
I think that's called Joe Bar.
Joe Bar.
That's too
Yes.
efficient.
That's the
Yes,
acronym.
in
Yes.
fact,
Way to
you're
go.
right, Dan.
Well done. He knew the full name too.
Extra credit. I throw in an extra point. All right, whose turn? I think it is Renee's turn.
Okay, I'll say the Holocaust database.
Oh,
So,
oh. Okay.
So-
Okay, so team A through L, you have one more possible
Ay,
answer
vey.
and get to take the points away.
Okay, you guys want to go with that one?
Go
All right,
for
Yes.
Okay, the family tree of the Jewish people.
Oh my goodness, we have a winner. We get to
no.
steal the points away.
Yeah, but it should only be the points for this one, not
How
for
come
all of our
that's
points from the
spelled?
beginning.
How come Family Tree of the Jewish People is spelled out and Joe Bar isn't?
Wait a minute, I have a question. If they steal our points, isn't it just what we earned on this, or is it all the points from the very beginning?
No.
We're making it up as we go.
Just asking.
No, we're
Just
making up
asking.
as we go.
Okay, good to know.
Not easy doing this. Okay.
I agree. I
It's
told
all
you
right.
this. I told
All
you
our
this is my favorite part.
All our contestants are winners.
They're all winners.
Wait. Do we see the one that we didn't guess? The last one?
No, he
Sorry
doesn't like
about
doing that.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I think I missed the question.
Yeah. Yep. Most used features of Jewish Gen website? Nope. No, we did that. There it is. Oh, no. That's least.
No,
Nope.
this is least used. It's okay. Keep
There
just
we
go
are.
least used. Oh.
You made. That was the one we were missing. All right,
That's
moving.
the one.
Okay.
Moving on.
Right, moving on. Least used features of the Jewish Gen.
So all the ones we just got wrong.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. All right, who went last time? Who goes this time? Debbie and Renee?
No, doesn't Susan? Do they go first? I don't know who goes first.
Who went last
No,
time?
one person from each team compete.
Oh, that's right. Not me.
Who went
Okay.
last time?
Choose amongst yourselves and let's get going.
Okay.
I went last time for our team, so someone else.
So
Okay. Now,
Renee
I
and
thought
Debbie.
our team was going.
No, we compete against each
One
other.
from each team goes.
Oh, okay.
Debbie and Renee. Give your
Don't
best
don't
answer.
let us pick you. I will turn this game around right now if you guys don't settle down.
Debbie,
Okay,
give your best answer.
Date conversion.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. Is that one of them? I'm gonna
Is-
give it to you.
Is it close enough?
If the board would only
Conversion
work,
tools.
which it's not.
Oops.
Technical
Aw.
difficulties again.
That means that God doesn't want it to happen.
Well, I guess we may have been the victim of Russian hackers because of our vociferous support of Ukraine.
Distance direction tools.
Well, I'm trying to click on the right answer, but it's not clicking. So
You're
I don't
giving
know
things
what's going
away here,
on.
Ron.
I know.
This is
All right.
this is anarchy. Dogs sleeping with cats. This is the end of civilization as we know it.
Renee, give your best answer.
Okay, frequently asked questions.
Oh,
That's
Least used.
definitely not there
Another
either.
buzz.
Okay, we have a tie. No one gets it. We go on to the next question. That's how we're gonna show you the answers to this question. And I can't do it because the board's not working. Oh, maybe it
Hardly
is.
working.
terms and con-
Oh, info files.
Now it's working.
Still not working. And the
Donate.
donate
I got
button.
to donate.
We knew it. We knew it.
How are we going to support this? These people are going for abstract bragging rights,
Moving
Ron.
on, last question for all the marbles. Okay, so
My
now we
God.
have Susan and Judy. You are up.
Oh.
Give us your best shot at
Hamburg.
which one?
Hamburg.
Hamburg.
The port or the hat?
You get a hamburger. Hamburg.
Bremen.
Bremen, not on here.
Oh,
Oh, yes,
whoa.
it is. It is
Yeah.
indeed.
Get it together,
Oh,
Ron.
so we go. So Dan.
Oswego? Was Oswego Oswego's too far inland.
Okay. Dan, give it your best shot.
Rotterdam.
You sure about that?
No, actually, so I'm thinking more about it. Maybe.
Rotterdam. Good answer.
Stop thinking. Go with your best
Good
guess.
answer. Renee.
Liverpool.
Ooh.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of the famous Beatles. Ooh.
Right. Oh, shit.
Glasgow.
Ooh.
You sure about that?
This makes me feel so badly.
Yes.
Oh, we have one other one.
Any port in the game.
All right, we're back to Dan.
Antwerp.
Antwerp.
Antwerp?
Or is it Uncleberp?
It's all relative.
Oh, good.
Oh, what the heck is the first one? Huh.
Who's on deck for the next guest there, Ron?
Me.
Well, you can confer.
Well, we can confer. Okay, I need to confer for a moment.
Confer. It's a close game here. 2-4-2 to 2-2.
Very, very close game.
Very close.
But, you know, we didn't, excuse me, the A through L team didn't miss any. There were no strikes against us, but we didn't get to guess again.
But you didn't get the top right answer the first go around. The other team got to go first. We're trying to stick by some rules, not a whole lot, but yes.
Okay,
some rules.
okay.
It's pretty arbitrary, this game.
Okay.
Do I have to do it for a sentimental one, or we'll go with something else?
Well, it's not like you're betting against the house here, so.
I know.
Good day, sunshine.
Cherbourg. Because that's where my parents left from.
Good day, sunshine.
Okay, never mind.
Gave an answer. Judy.
Yes, let's do Lisbon.
Dan.
Almost any port in a storm.
Southampton.
There we go.
Oh,
Good
right.
job.
Okay. Renee, no pressure here.
Yeah, really.
Not East Hampton?
Sorry about the pronunciation, but Le Havre, whatever.
Le Havre?
Le Havre, thank you.
We have a winner.
Not Liebau. Why is Liebau not in there?
Oh, look, 1 point.
1 point. We got a close game. You're all winners. You're all winners.
We're all winners.
You're all winners. Thank you for playing.
Contestants will get a year's supply of turtle wax. No, just kidding.
And I got through it without the computer blowing up again.
Which is always fun.
Hey.
All
Thank you so much.
Well, we'd like to.
Rami's turn.
Yes, thank you all for competing. All our contestants are winners. And we hope to see you all again at the Philadelphia, but virtual conference.
Which is not Philadelphia. Yes, there we go. Registration should open in the next 10 days or so.
20 minutes.
That's the plan.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you, contestants. If we could get, Abrami is here, and we're going to do our thank you. So everyone who participated, if you want to turn on your cameras and say hi and wave.
Hey, thank you. I would first thank you to our Haman's Hamish henchmen, Karen Franklin and Jordan Auslander and Ron Aarons. They spent hours upon hours planning this party, and the work really showed. This was really awesome.
Sorry.
And thank you. Thank you very much. This was just, I think, what we all needed. I'd like to thank our participants for the spiel. We had Randy Schoenberg as King Achashverosh. We had Brooke Gons reclaim the tablets. Amelia Fowler, the archives clerk, and amazingly stepped in for our absent archives clerk, and Karen Franklin as narrator. Hal Bookbinder for his geographical tour of Ukraine, Jordan, Hal, and Karen for their wacky records and documents, and to our contestants, Judy Missel, Dan Oren, Debbie Krupkin, Susan Berkson, Bonnie Burns, and Renee Steinig. Quick plug, as was mentioned, we have the IAJGS conference this summer. Registration will open, and please sign up. Our Jewish Gen Talk series of educational webinars will continue next week. We have Gil Bardage. He will be continuing the second part of his presentation on help. I tested my DNA and I am confused. We will send out a registration link shortly. And finally, as we transition to Purim here in the United States, and for some of you, you are already in Purim, it is critical that, as we discussed at the beginning, that those in harm's way should continue to remain in our thoughts and prayers. We simply can't celebrate such a joyous holiday without recognizing how many people are suffering. We are devoted, JewishGen, Gesher Galicia, all the different Jewish genealogical organizations. We are devoted to preserving our history and heritage. We are meant to learn from it. And genealogy teaches us to value each individual person. And it is so critical that those who are in harm's way should remain on our minds and in our hearts. So we thank you again for joining us and for participating in today's party. We look forward to seeing you next week on our webinar, and we wish you all a wonderful, safe, and happy Purim. Take care.
Thank you all.
Rami,
It was
what are
fun.
the websites again in the chat that people can go to donate? They can still donate until when?
So you know what I'll do? I'm going to send everyone a follow-up email, everyone who's been on this, and I'll include the links to donate to JewishGen and to reclaim the records. And I'll also put in a link for the IAJGS conference. Judy, is that website up and going?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll put in a link there, and we'll put
Appreciate
in a link to Gesher Galicia. And I think that those are all the links that we'll put in. So thank you all again. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, contestants. Thank you, contestants.